Hi, I am Mandy of Madcow Designs. It is March 19th, 2023, and I am flying out at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I have not packed my luggage yet, but I have packed yarn. So I was going to share my yarn with you and what all I am taking for this weekend retreat. I will fly out Thursday morning and get back home Sunday night. We have a few events that we will be doing with other people, but I believe Friday I have most of the day to just kick back, relax, and knit. So I definitely overpacked, but it'll be alright. Better too much than not enough. So this one I am hoping to finish tonight before we leave. It's a pair of shorty socks that I am supposed to be wearing Saturday. If it's not too cold. We just looked at the weather and it's supposed to be cold on Saturday. I don't know what to do with that. So I have one done and almost the second one complete. I just need a little bit more and it'll be done. This is both Southern Skeins, Easter basket, and lemongrass. So if I can get that finished, this is one bag I won't have to take. Otherwise, it'll probably get finished on the plane tomorrow morning. That way I'm not stressing to have them done before Saturday. This is my Fate's thread. By the way, this is Miss Fiber Fox. It's so cute. This one is Fate's thread, Beetlejuice, and this is kind of my very plain, basic knitting that I'm bringing. I am making my dad a muscle burl hat. So this is also Southern Skeins, and I think I forgot the colorway. Yep, it's gone. I don't remember. Anyways, it's beautiful blues, lime green. He wanted a lime green and gray hat, and the mini to this sock set is gray. So I am taking my hat with me so that I can kind of measure as I go, and once this gets to about here, I will add this gray in as a stripe, and hopefully it will kind of just act as a brim on the hat. That's what we're going for. We'll see how it turns out, and if he likes it. If he doesn't like it, then I rip it out and try something else. Not a big deal. So that's just gonna live in this bag, probably. I'll explain the bag situation in a minute. That's a full little bag. Oh, felt like somebody stabbed me, but guess not. Okay. My naughty knitting sack is very, very full. I feel like Mary Poppins with this. You can't even see everything in there. Okay. I am taking 2 skeins of Felici. So that is 2 pairs of socks right there, ready to go. That'll be vanilla-ish knitting, not have to think too hard about it. This one is Kimbers Cozy Creations, and it pairs with this and this as the minis. I made my koozie family so that I could easily tell who goes together. This was the Fresh Bouquet colorway. So this will probably be the first sock that I start. And if I get all the way through that, I packed this one, which is Southern Skeins, and it's called Coral Reef. And this was the mini that came with it. it just looked very happy in springtime, so I picked this. And we will see if I get to it. I don't have enough lap for all this, y'all. And lastly, I grabbed this dishy yarn from Knit Picks to make a sweat towel out of. It should make 2 sweat towels. I have not worked with this yet, so I was excited to try it. And, you know, if my hands get tired of using sock yarn, I'll have something a little bit beefier and different that I can work on. Okay, now the magic part is to pack it all back in here. How it fit. How did you fit? Something like this. I think that's how I had it. Okay, ooh, I got needles jumping up. So this bag is going in my carry-on. Like, no, my checked luggage. There we go. This is going to go in my checked luggage. So I won't be able to get to it on the plane, which is fine because I will have stuff to work on. Look at this. I have a needle problem. This is a 2.5 millimeter set and a 3 millimeter set of Hiya Flyers. So the 3 millimeter I use with the Felici, and the 2.5 I use. Don't show your butt on TV. Oh my god. Okay, so that was Smudge. I have my phone hooked onto the back of a folding chair, and he decided that it was time to get in the seat of the folding chair because there is no dog here to keep the cats away. The cats tend to not come around as much when I have the dog, but she went to camp this week. Oh my god, I don't even remember what I was saying. Anyways, lots of needles for socks. I have enough to have like 3 socks going at a time, so that should be fun. I have my new Knit Picks interchangeable for my dishcloth, as well as the pattern for my dishcloth, which is this one, Grandma's by, is it PJ? PJ Allen. So it's a free pattern, really good. I like it. Obviously I have notes on here as to how many increases I like to do for mine. And that is it in there. The trick is getting it all packed back in here the way that it fit. So if I finish, it's not closing. I didn't get something in there, right? There we go. Okay, so if I finish those socks tonight like I want to, I will pull out the fresh bouquet and put it into my carry-on so that I can work on it on the plane, because we have a layover in Dallas before we go to Kentucky, so it's gonna be fun. Okay, extras. I am definitely taking my book with me because it has all my notes on how I like to do things, and I like to keep track of how many grams things are. And you can see I have, these are the ties that you have to cut off when you're caking up the yarn, and my label. So that's just kind of how I deal with things, and I like to be organized. I forgot my scale. I have to go get my scale. Remember that. Okay, I have this little bag. I bought it at a local yarn store that's closed. Bink Waffle is what the tag says. But it's one of those bags that's a handle on this side and a loop on this side. And then you can walk in it, which will come in handy in the airport. And when I go to the horse race, I am going to take the muscle burl hat because it's easy to just pick up, do a couple stitches, and put back down if needed. Like I said, I need to grab my scale. I have my ruler. I love this one. It's metal. It just is so sturdy. And then, of course, I have my little tin. And it has a variety of stitch markers in there for me to pick from. A darning needle. And the world's tiniest scissors. I want to say these are made by Hiya also. And they fit inside the tin. I mean, it's perfect. So the tin will go with me on the plane as well as that. And I gotta grab my feet. Oh my god. Hold on. I need my feet. Okay. I grabbed my, ooh, I can see myself. Okay. I grabbed my pocket scale. This is the one that Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, was selling, and I love it. I especially love the fact that it has a cover on it, so it's not going to get damaged in my bag. That's going to go with me. That'll probably actually go in my checked luggage. And then I needed my feet. I have feet. Mine's a mini wheat, and was that Frosted Flakes? Tony the Tiger? My foot and my mom's foot. And I just put these inside the sock and measure up to the line, and I know when to stop. So, yeah, I'll probably be working on socks for both of us over the weekend, possibly, and I'm going to be that weirdo that has feet in her backpack. Wonder what TSA thinks of some of us. Like, this is not normal, is it? Oh well. So, what I will do is just tuck them inside my book, and they'll go with me. So, I think that is everything. Yeah. I definitely have more than enough yarn to keep me company for 4 days. Oh, this is going to be fun. 4 days of knitting. I get to knit as long as my hands will last. Oh, it's going to be fabulous. Okay. So, I will try to check back in with y'all during vacation. I'm taking my little tripod here with me, and obviously my phone. I am just recording all of this on my phone because I learned last vacation it is not worth it to take a camera and tripod. Like, you know, big tripod. Not worth it. The quality of my phone is good enough for vacation mode. Yeah, so I will see y'all later. We are back from vacation. It has actually been a few days. All the laundry's done. We are mostly caught up on our sleep. It was a busy vacation. We had a lot of fun, but it was just kind of go, go, go the whole time. So let's talk real quick about all the knitting that I accomplished, and then I'll share some details of the trip with y'all. So I was working on these. This is what I was trying to get done the night before we left. It didn't happen. So I finished these Thursday morning on our first flight, and then I proceeded to not wear them. Yeah, so Saturday's event that I thought I needed these for
it got really cold, and instead of wearing shorts, I wore pants, and I was able to wear taller socks. So I didn't need these. But I am glad to have them. They will come in handy later because at some point I will end up wearing those shoes with shorts or a dress, and these little shorty socks will be quite useful. Okay. I did start a pair of Felici socks, and I finished one. Let's see, when we got home, I was a little bit before the toe. I was probably about here when we got home. So there's one finished now. I've done a little bit of work since being home, just not a whole lot. You can see this texture. This is my new pattern that I've been working on, and it looks so good on this yarn. Oh man. And can I just say how perfect this heel came out. This is a Fish Lips Kiss heel. The yellow. It's only in the heel. I did no yarn management. This is just how it turned out. Oh, things like that. They're just beautiful. Okay, since being home, I put the toe in and started the next sock. But like I said, I didn't put any toes in. This is the only toe I put in while not at home. So, yeah. I did do a fair amount of knitting. This is my dad's Musselburgh hat. And it's kind of sad. I did this much. I cannot remember. This came, I think this came in like my Halloween advent, maybe. This one is from Pretty Stitch Design Co. Pretty Stitch Designs. There we go. Pretty Stitch Designs. I really like it, and it's kind of spooky. Makes me think of my dad. So it's on Dad's hat, which is looking really cute. I showed it to him, and he likes it. So we're going to keep going with it for now. For the big bag. It's a little less big. Look at that. Look at that. I can squish this corner of it. It's a little less big than when I left. But you know, I told you I overpacked. I definitely overpacked. This is my Kimbers Cozy Creations Fresh Bouquet. And I used my 2x2 feet pattern on it. And who am I? I put in a different color heel. So cute and happy. Again, I was about right here when I came home. Yeah, I'd say about there when I came home. And so it needed a toe, and I gave it a toe. And I have gone ahead and started the next one. And I am using the stitch marker from the set because it's just cute. Look at all these strings, y'all. Ugh. It's a lot of strings to weave in when you have your pop of color and your cuff and your heel and a toe. But I think it was worth it. It's such a cute sock. Okay. Now, that means I never started a dishcloth. I never started this Felici. And I never started this, what is that? Oh, this sock set from Southern Skeins. Like, I overpacked by 3 projects. Is anyone surprised? Honestly, I could have taken a Musselburgh hat and that'd been that. But I like variety. I get bored. I like variety. So, Because these are caked up and ready to go, I think I have a little box, like a cute little decorative box that I'm going to put these in, and they'll just be ready for whenever I'm ready. I will have stuff that's caked up and never been used and ready to go so that I don't have to wind yarn if I don't want to. And I don't have to try and put this back in there all cute like, because yeah, we're not trying to fit that back into a plane again. Okay, so that is how far I made it on all of my projects. I have some photos. I don't know if they've already played or if they will play. I don't know what order things will be edited into. But I made a pretty hat. I wore my pretty hat. I felt absolutely ridiculous. Everybody was wearing hats, and I still felt goofy. I don't know. It was a bit comical because we all wore it to dinner, which was in the hotel, so it's not like we had to go out in public dressed like this. But it just felt goofy. Even when you're in a group and everybody's wearing hats. Yeah. And my hat was, about as wide as me. And so I was trying to like go through the crowd and not run into people, and then I'd feel something hit my head and I ran into someone with my hat. So it was good. It was fun. Just a little awkward. I don't know. That's not my style of dress. Saturday we went to the tracks. I don't think that's what they call them. I don't know what they call them. It was Keeneland was the name of it, and I think they just call each set of racetracks by their name, not the tracks. I was raised in Shreveport, where we call it the tracks because there's only one there. So yeah, we went there on Saturday. They had a shuttle that took us from the hotel to Keeneland and dropped us off at a tailgate site where there was food, and they had these magazines printed up that actually explained how to bet on horse races. So we kind of read that, studied it, and it had a little bio about each of the horses with stats and everything. So we picked a horse for race 1 and 2. And there was a tent out at the tailgate area that you could go place your bets. So we did that. And then we got on the shuttle that is provided by the track that took us from the tailgate area way over to where they actually have the racetracks, and we had to get in through like security and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot. I don't know. It was. I heard somebody make a reference, and it completely made sense when I heard it. Like I heard them say it, and I was like, "Oh my God, yes!" It is like going to an SEC football game. There are people out there, lots of people out there tailgating, and there are people that will stay in the tailgate area, and they had this giant screen where you could watch the races, and you can hang out with your friends just kind of on the grounds. And then there are just all these people that were going over to the actual building and going in and sitting and watching the races, and we thought that we would have a seat. We had a general admission ticket. So there's like way up in the sky boxes, glassed in, expensive. And then there's seats, like stadium seating, which cost more money. And then there's the general admission people, which is where we were, where you just kind of walk and you stand there. And they had a couple of park benches, but of course they were all full. And when the race goes to start, everybody runs up to the railing. So I do have a picture, and you can see we are like right there next to the railing. There were 2 people in front of us. So we were just kind of down there in the action. I won 23 cents. Yay! So I picked a horse that had good odds to win. I'll be honest, we were picking based on names. So I picked Ghostly Girl, and she had good odds to win. And she did. She came in second, so I won 23 cents. My husband, on the other hand, more than doubled his money, I think. I didn't do the math. But he picked someone that was something about a tiara. It's like running with a tiara or something like that. It was funny. And she did not have good odds to win, so she came in first place. And my husband like doubled his money. We bet $4. We each put down $2 on a horse, so that was $4, and we came out with $7. That's not bad. At that point, we were pretty tired. There's about 30 minutes between each race where they reset the track and get the next group of horses ready, and there's like a big presentation when the horses walk in. And it's a big whole thing. We weren't really keen to stay another 30 minutes, so we cashed out our tickets and went home, which again means that we had to take the track shuttle back to the tailgating site, and then from there we had to get the shuttle that his company had hired to go back to the hotel. And we got back to the room and just passed out. We took a nap. We took a nap. And then we met up with some people for dinner, and yeah, it was just, the whole thing was really nice. I ate every meal with them. Like every meal that they offered, it was for everyone, family and all. So on Friday, I was hoping I'd get to go to a yarn store, and I didn't. The yarn store didn't open until 11. And lunch was at noon, and then after lunch I had other things I needed to do, so it was 25-minute Uber or Lyft to get from the hotel to the yarn store. And so, I mean, we're talking an hour just travel there and back. I didn't really have that kind of time. I would have been really pushed for time once I got there. And the first time I checked, they wanted $30 for a ride to the yarn store. Later I looked at it and they wanted 16, so I guess I just looked at the wrong time of the day. Hi, Luna. So the price did go down later, but wow. I don't know that I could, I don't know, $30 to go to the yarn store. That doesn't even include yarn. I had plenty of yarn with me. I didn't need to go. It was fine. I really enjoyed bouncing around the hotel Friday morning. I just kind of went from pretty spot to pretty spot, picking chairs and sitting and knitting for a while. I had an audiobook I was listening to, and it was nice. That afternoon, I got ready for our derby dinner. And oh my God, y'all, I told you that I bought those toenails. I went through the trouble of putting them on. I had done a test run, and my test run went well. Well, I did my toenails Friday for Friday night. We didn't make it to dinner. We were standing in a line waiting, and I looked down and I'm missing a toenail. There's a bright pink toenail somewhere. I don't know where it was, but it wasn't on my foot. So, maybe I don't do that again. Maybe folks just need to not look at my feet. We were standing there and I'm like, oh my God, hon, I lost a toenail somewhere. It's just here somewhere. Oh my God, somebody's gonna find that. nothing I can do about it. It was too late. I think that's pretty much everything. We had a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed our flight back. We had a very long layover. It was 5 hours in Dallas. And we looked at the information center and we noticed all these really fancy places over in Terminal D. So it ends up Terminal D is where all the international flights land. And oh, it's nice. It's so nice. We're talking, there's a Kate Spade store. There was a Michael Kors store. Things like that. So since we had all that time to kill, we went over to Terminal D and we walked all of that and looked at all the stores that are just ridiculously expensive, and we ended up eating over there. They had a Vietnamese restaurant, so we ate that, and I didn't actually get that. I had Thai food from them. Oh well. It was really good. So if you ever find yourself in Dallas Airport with some time to kill, go to Terminal D. It's the one where all the fancy stuff is, and y'all, they have the best seats and the best bathrooms over there. It was awesome. We liked the seating so much, and it wasn't as busy of a terminal, so we ended up staying pretty much our whole 5 hours there. And at the last minute, with like 30 minutes to go, we went to where we were supposed to be going, which was a little sad place with just a few chairs. So that was, I thought that was fun. So yeah, we're kind of excited now. We got the travel bug. We want to go and we want to do, and it was fun. We have missed traveling, so there might be more travel adventures to come sooner rather than later. Alright, well, it was wonderful sharing all of this with y'all, and I will be back next week for a regular podcast. Bye!